What's up, y'all? So the Celtics just lost to the Heat in Game 7. Won 3 straight, but couldn't get it done in Game 7 on their home floor. Had another abysmal shooting night. I think they shot 7-31 from three. The game before they shot 7-35. Miami gets it done. It's one of the lone 8 seeds to make the finals. I think they're the second team to make the finals as an 8 seed. Jimmy Butler won Eastern Conference Finals MVP despite shooting 42% from the field, 28 points on 28 shots tonight. I think they should have gave it to Caleb Martin, in my opinion. He was the best player, I want to say, on the team for the last 3 or 4 games. I know he didn't see as much defense pressure as Jimmy Butler and stuff like that. They have different roles. But when they needed him, he showed out. Tonight he had 26 points. I think I want to say he had 23 points in the first half. Every time the Celtics had, it was trying to come back to lower the league, Caleb Martin was there to hit a big shot, make a big play on defense, get a big rebound, anything. He was all world tonight. But we're going to get into, our general reactions to the Game 7. We're going to save our final predictions, I think, for an actual episode tomorrow. But what are you guys' takeaways from this season for the Celtics and this Game 7, this entire series? What are your takeaways?
I think two things. One, I'm surprised. Obviously, we talked about this the last episode. I thought we both thought Boston was going to win, and just Boston, as whatever we talked, like Boston just couldn't do anything today. I know you said before we started recording their offense, like they couldn't do anything. I mean, they only scored 84 points. Like, just couldn't get anything going. Defensively, they started getting turnovers towards the end of the game when Miami's not trying, but they couldn't put points together. Obviously, everyone being top guy shot inefficiently. It wasn't that good. When you look at the whole season, I don't know. I don't know if you think it's a failure. I don't know if we're gonna say that. I think it's just you don't know what you got right now. You don't know how long you're gonna have Jaylen Brown on your team. So that with that up in the air, right? It's not like the Lakers where LeBron's his age is kind of ticking on him. Tatum and Brown are kind of going into their prime, right? So I think Tatum will be on that team for a while. I don't know if you could say the same about Jaylen Brown with all the trade rumors going around. Maybe he stays, maybe he doesn't. If he does stay, then I think it's not, you know what I mean, just building blocks. You got to keep learning from these experiences, and you keep going forward with it. Yeah, I don't know. I think we'll see in the offseason what kind of season it was. If they somehow, whatever, if they for some reason think to blow it up, then obviously it's a failure because you just ruined your team. But yeah, I guess I'm just more looking forward to their offseason, what they do with coaching, if they decide to make a change, what they do with Jaylen Brown, what they do with whatever, trying to get more role players around Jason Tatum.
I'm not going to allow them to scapegoat Joe Mazzulla. That's insane. We're not going to fire Joe Mazzulla because Jason Tatum had a 14-point game in an elimination game, and Jaylen Brown doesn't know how to dribble at all. He dribbles with his head down. He turns the ball over too much. He can't shoot the three ball anymore. He can't play defense. Like this entire series, he didn't add anything to the Celtics. He got cooked off ball. He got cooked on ball. He couldn't really do anything. He shot terrible from the three. He was turnover prone. His playmaking is terrible. This man is going into year 7 next year, and his offense game is very, very limited. Like if he's not scoring, he's not really providing anything else on the basketball court, especially when they need him to be a playmaker, anything like that. He can't do it. He had more turnovers tonight than the Heat. Like that's insane. And like
was he not a good defender last year? Was he on a good? He was a good
defender last year. He was a good defender last year. Yes.
So why is it not just a bad year?
It's not a bad year because it's not a bad year. He's always been mediocre off the ball. His thing was on the ball defense. He was a lot better. But even in this entire season, he's been bad on the ball. When he took the responsibility to be a greater scorer this season, and so his defense. I'm not even going to say that. Emi Udoka instilled that into the entire team to play defense, and I don't think Joe Mazzulla did that. So that's what it was for me. Also, to get outplayed by Caleb Martin is insane, bro. Like he got outplayed by Caleb Martin the entire series. Y'all want to pay this man $300 million? I'm not doing that if I'm a Celtics GM, bro. I'm not giving him $300 million to get outplayed by Caleb Martin. I don't even know Caleb Martin, bro. Like that's insane. So they got some stuff to do in the offseason, but I wouldn't be giving him that Supermax rookie extension. I'm not giving that to Jaylen Brown to get outplayed by Caleb Martin, to not be able to handle the ball, to not be able to shoot the ball, to not be able to defend anything, bro. I'm not doing that.
Latif. So I'm not going to say you're pushing the entire blame. You're obviously pushing this game. You're pushing the blame on Jaylen Brown, right?
It was Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
So it is Tatum's fault.
Yes, he had 14 points in the elimination game. He's not going to get absolved for this. He was very
Okay,
bad.
sorry. I thought we said before. I thought you said you weren't going to talk about him. You weren't going to slander him.
No. Jaylen Brown is the biggest
Am
reason
I
that they
wrong, Jim?
lost. Jaylen Brown is the biggest reason they lost. I'm
Okay.
not going
Okay.
to sit here and
Understood.
sugarcoat it.
I
You
think
trying to
if
put
you
the blame on Joe
if you
Mazzulla.
score 84
What
points,
do you want Joe Mazzulla to do? What do you want
if
Joe
you score,
Mazzulla to do?
if you
Honestly,
score 84 points, obviously your offense was not written up good enough. There was plays like off the timeout in the fourth quarter, off the timeout, literally, what they were up 18, I think. Still, they call a timeout right after the 2 steals back to back. They made like the easiest play of all time. It was Bam. Bam got the ball at the top. Jimmy did a decoy screen and cut to the basket, and Bam's threw a dime. Like, what are they doing out? You know what I mean? Like, you can say that's the player's fault. Missoula's got to be ready for something. Like, I'm sorry, you're trying to get a quick bucket and get back on defense. Like this entire playoffs. Again, I know I said you should fire Missoula. I know you said you fire Missoula earlier, whatever. There's just been lapses of judgment. Yes, I guess you can build upon those, right? I'm not thinking as much like a coach can build like a player, but they can, right? Through the years, you kind of learn more, you gain more experience. But I'm like, I don't know. There's
you
some
want to
good
fire Joe
coaches on the
Mazzulla?
board.
Why are we firing
Ime
Joe
Udoka.
Mazzulla?
Huh?
Why are we firing? Why would y'all? Why would the Celtics fire Joe Mazzulla at all? We've seen this with 3 head coaches now: Brad Stevens, Ime Udoka, Doc Rivers. Well, not Doc Rivers. Who else did they have?
Brad Stevens did not get fired. He went to the front office.
I understand that. We've seen this team fail with 3 head coaches. Y'all want to blame it? They have the same issue they had with 3 head coaches. Y'all want to blame this on Joe Mazzulla? It's not his fault that these players are not playing up to par. We're not going to scapegoat Joe Mazzulla, bro. These players are not playing up to par.
We're not going to sit here.
Jason Tatum had 14 points in the elimination game. We're not you're scapegoating Joe Mazzulla. This is not his fault.
We're not going to sit here and say that Brad Stevens' team is the exact same team as this one. They're different basketball teams.
It's not. But this team, they have had good teams over the years. Since Jason Tatum has came to the league, they have good team after good team after good team. Everybody love to say, Jason Tatum is 6 all time in playoff wins, points, whatever he is right now. He had good team after good team after good team. This is Jaylen Brown going into year 7 and not being able to adapt his offensive game, not adding any playmaking to the offensive game. He has no bag at all. Like, so we're going to this year 7 for
no bag.
No, I'm talking about Jaylen Brown. I'm talking about Jaylen Brown right now. Like, what do you want Joe Mazzulla to do? Like, their offense last year, their offense was trash too. I don't know. You think it was good? They had the same problem. They literally had the same issues they had this year.
You want to blow up their big 2 instead of getting rid of the coach.
I'm not saying blowing up their big 2. Why would they get rid of the coach?
I'm not getting that. You've been here 3 times. You can't get over the hump. You got here 3 times. You can't get over the hump. Something's got to change. I'm sorry. Something has to change.
They had the same issues they had last year. They had the same issues.
What are you doing? Are you trading?
They need to get a true point guard, bro. That's supposed to be Malcolm Brogdon. He got injured this year, and he came off the bench, stuff like that. But Marcus Smart, he has to go. I'm sorry. He's not a point guard. Like, Marcus Smart was good for them in the clutch this series, but he's not an actual. They need a true initiator to play make for Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. They have not had that yet. They need someone to set up the offense to them, make sure they running the sets and crunch time, getting them open looks, setting down the offense. They have not had that, and that's really the biggest issing. I'm not saying move Jaylen Brown. I'm saying I'm not giving him $300 million because I'm sorry. In this day and age in the NBA, people feel like top 20 players should be getting $300 million. No, that should be exclusive to like top 10 superstar elite level players should be getting that super max amount of money. Jaylen Brown is not that level of player, and I don't think he should get that, bro. I know contracts are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, but if you got eight turnovers in an elimination game, you have not shown any development in your offensive game over the last 2-3 seasons. I'm not giving you $300 million. I can't do it. That should be reserved for top 10 players. That type of money, and because he made All NBA, he deserves it, I guess. But like, come on, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I agree. Players are getting very overpaid this year. We see that with Ayton. We see that with Jordan Poole. People get paid way too fast. So, but I'm not making fun of you. But your idea of how you're going to build a championship team around that is by keeping the core. Whatever, you're not paying Jaylen Brown, so you're probably gonna have to trade him because he's gonna want his money one way or another. So you're probably time to trade him. But like, if not, your way is just by getting a true point guard and bam, that's automatic. You're gonna go to the finals, right? Like, you think that's the one fix? I'm not.
That's one of the biggest reasons. That's one of the biggest reasons they have. That's one of the biggest issues they have. Like, this roster is amazing. Like, we're not gonna act like this. This is one of the deepest rosters in the NBA.
Yes.
So it's no excuses. The real excuses is Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have to be better. And they have not been better. Like last year, Jason Tatum got to the finals and had a stinker. Like we don't really know yet if Jason Tatum will be the best player on a championship team. That's still out for debate. Last year they made the finals, but they did not win. We don't know that if Jason Tatum can be the best player on a championship team. It's still out for debate. Last year he made the finals. He played bad. This year in the ECF, when they really needed him in Game 7, he had a 14-point stinker. We don't know if he's going to be the best player on the championship team yet. We don't know that. And I know for sure Jaylen Brown probably can't be the two. I mean, come on, bro. That's what I know.
I don't really have much to say about the Celtics. I believe y'all covered that. But I kind of just wanted to talk about the Heat a little. I'm kind of happy Jimmy Butler made it to the finals since he was a former Bull. But I don't know. It's kind of what they're doing is a little bit suspect because, as we all know, Jimmy Butler hasn't been performing well over the past few games. And I don't know if Caleb Martin is somebody you should be able to rely on or Max Juice, whoever's been providing on the offensive end. I know we said we're not gonna give predictions, so I'm gonna.
Tyler Hero's back too. Keep in mind.
Yeah.
He'll be back by game 3. They said. I just saw the tweet. He'll be back by game 3, allegedly. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
but he's a playoff. He's a playoff stinker anyway. So I mean, hey,
that'll still provide some offense. So I don't really want to get too deep into it because I know you said we're gonna do our little predictions stuff next episode, but that's just one of the questions that's sparking in my mind right now.
Yeah, I think we got to cool down a little bit on the Jimmy Butler being him in the playoff narrative because he did play bad in the last 3 games, but he led to the Heat again, to the finals again, so that's a great accomplishment. Over the last, I want to say 4 or 5 seasons, he's been this great playoff performer. He led to the Heat. This is the second time they made the finals in the last 4 seasons, so I'm happy for them, but it's really been because of Duncan Robinson, Gabe Vincent.
We should have a spoke conversation next time on the podcast.
Spo is the best coach. He's undoubtedly the best coach in the league, Eric Spoelstra, and it's comfortable. It's comfortable at this point. I think he's better than Curry, Popovich, all of them. Tyronn Lue, all of them.
But didn't Gabe Vincent get hurt?
Did you put Tyronn Lue in the top 4?
Tyronn Lue is a great coach. I don't know
who's better, Tyronn Lue or Mike Malone.
Tyronn Lue, probably. His superstars get hurt every single playoff run, and he elevates.
I don't think Ty Lue's a top 4 coach in the league.
I think Ty Lue's one of the best coaches in the league.
Top 4 coach. Anyways.
What else? Also, Nick Nurse got hired today for the Sixers. I think that was a great hire. He's one of the best coaches in the NBA for X's and O's. People keep trying to say that he's gonna run Joel Embiid to the ground. Running Joel Embiid to the ground. That narrative is stupid. Like he just had no personnel on the Raptors, so he was forced to play a starter so many heavy minutes. Well, I think that was a great coach, and he'll make sure the offense is better for the Sixers next season, especially since a lot of the time this year, Doc Rivers just had the spacing was so terrible. The sets were very bad. But I didn't want to get into that. I just thought we should acknowledge that. What's his name? Nick Nurse did get hired today by the Sixers.
We didn't talk about it, but Adrian Griffin of the Bucks too. We didn't talk about that last.
Oh yes, that's a legacy hire. I think he's AJ Griffin's son. He's been a what's it called? Raptors assistant for 10 years. So yeah, so he earned his due. I love to see black head coaches getting jobs. Also, I think they had to run it past Giannis Antetokounmpo for him to get even higher, and he elected to for them to hire Adrian Griffin Jr. So we got to see. He's a first year head coach. We got to see what he's about. But yeah, Nuggets Heat finals. I don't want to get into predictions, but hey, that's it. It's not gonna be. Hey, I don't want to say nothing too. That's not gonna be entertaining for me. Well, it might be. Who knows?
Every prediction I've got wrong so far. With the Eastern Conference, I've gotten everything wrong. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's for a majority of the people that are making predictions, though.
Every series besides Boston, Philly, or I guess that whole like bottom area. I was wrong about the Heat winning. I was wrong about the Knicks winning. I was wrong about the Heat winning this series. So I'm not gonna pick anything. I keep getting these wrong. I keep picking against the Heat. I keep getting them wrong.
I'm going to continue to pick against the Heat. But yeah, that was our general reaction to the Game 7 against the Heat and the Celtics. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was kind of commendable for the Celtics to win 3 straight, at least push it to 7, somewhat. But you lose by 20 in your home floor. That's pretty embarrassing. You don't make it all the way to Game 7 to get mollywopped on your home floor. So that's pretty embarrassing. I don't know. They got a lot of decisions to make in the offseason, but one of them is not firing Joe Mazzulla. I can tell you that. But exploring options for Jaylen Brown, your chance to trade him was for KD, and you didn't do it. So I don't know what the market's going to look like for him because what do you really get back from Jaylen Brown? What team is really out there looking for him? I've seen Rockets fans want him. You would probably get Alfred Sengun back for that. made for Jaylen Brown. I would try to. That's what I would try to do.
You would-
Get
Why would you want Şengün? You put him at the 4? They got Williams. They got Horford. They got centers.
Horford can come off the bench, honestly. So yeah,
They got Rob
he
Williams.
lost a step on offense. Robert Williams can start at the 5. That's a nasty. I don't know, but I've seen that. I just saw it on Rockets Twitter that they wanted Alfred Şengün to trade for Jaylen Brown. I don't know who are the Thunder getting up for Jaylen Brown.
A bunch of first round picks and some role players.
They're not running. What role
I
players?
saw what was it? I saw they had him getting the worst of the 2 Jalen Williams, like Lou Dort.
That sucks.
I don't think I get but they had like 3 first round picks too. So I was like,
you gotta give up. You probably have to give up. I mean, Jaylen Brown he's not a hot commodity, but you gotta give up somebody.
I saw our starting lineup was gonna look like what? Shea, Giddey, Jaylen Brown, Jalen Williams, and Chet. That sounded pretty nice. I like that a lot. So.
All right, y'all. We'll be back for the full episode tomorrow at 4 or 5 o'clock. But that will be coming out on Wednesday with finals predictions, a finals preview, a lot more. What?
4 or 5 o'clock.
It'll be coming out at 4 or 5 o'clock. It's gonna be coming out later than that.
What time y'all trying to what time you get off?
You said it's coming out or we're recording it?
No, we're recording it.
Oh no.
Bro, we'll talk about it. Episode coming Wednesday. That's when I will be seeing it though. So whatever time we record is whatever time we record. Follow all the social media on the top of the screen right here. Real Tit for Tat on Twitter, Tit for Tat Podcast on Instagram, and Tit for Tat on TikTok. Thank you guys for watching the video, and we'll see y'all very, very soon.